The Man with No Fingers, AI-generated story. Chapter 1, The Man with No Fingers. One day, Aelf could not move. He could not bend his fingers. He could not feel them. He could only see them. The pain was excruciating. As he tried to move his fingers, he was startled by a sharp pain. He tried to speak, but could not. He cried out. A soft voice, barely audible, answered. I am here, you fool. You need to speak louder. Where am I? Who are you? You are in the house. You mean the house I saw on the beach? Yes. What do you know about it? Nothing. Nothing. I saw it once, but that was ages ago. Do you know who built it? My husband? The voice said, you are married to a man. I am his wife. What did he do to you? He died. I know. When the witch came, the other wives disappeared, leaving no trace. When I left home, I went alone, thinking I would find my husband's. How did you? What was your name? Jill. And no, that is not my real name, but you are supposed to call me Mother. How do I get out of here? First, you must learn our language. I will teach you. How will I find my husbands? Your husbands left your feet, and my people wear shoes. Chapter 2, The Witch. Where is my husband? She asked. Dead, I am afraid, the voice answered, but you are not. The witch came, and when she saw you were married to two men she sealed your fate. You are bound to her for eternity. Is there a way to free me? I'm sorry. Do you know who the witch is? I am not sure. I've never heard of her. Have you any idea where she came from? She is a spirit from the grave. What did she do to me? She wanted you to learn our language. I think she has made a study of what was written on the door. How is she looking for us? She wants to find our husbands, but she doesn't know which house they live in. We are waiting for her to return. I have not seen her. Why can't you speak? She can't speak. She's dead. How do I get out of here? You must find your husband's bodies. If you don't find them, I will set you free. I can't leave you here. Then I will die, and you will find another. I don't think so, Mother said. The witch keeps us here so she can find you. It is her way. What will happen if you don't find my husband's bodies? You will spend eternity in the witch's stomach. Where do I start? Look for their feet, Mother said, pointing to the bedroom where Aelf was bound. They are bound by our feet. Chapter 3, The Night. When Aelf awoke, the room was in darkness. He tried to get up, but couldn't move. His body felt weak. He felt pins and needles in his toes and fingers. Something was wrong. He felt sick to his stomach. He tried to speak, but was unable to. He tried to move his head, but found it was stuck in a coil of rope. Where was he? His lips moved but no sound came out. He tried to lift his hands but found they were bound behind his back. He tried to look around, but the ropes were between his face and the wall. Suddenly, he heard loud banging on the door. What was going on? He struggled to lift his head. He could hear someone yelling. Suddenly, someone shouted in his ear. He could not make out the words, but he understood. The voice did not sound like his husband's voice. The banging on the door became more frantic. He began to feel tears form in his eyes. He struggled to speak, but found he was unable to move. Then, a voice in his ear. Get out of here. The fear that had been growing in his chest turned to fear of the voice that had come from inside his head. He squeezed his eyes shut. He squeezed his eyes shut and it felt like he squeezed a door. Then he opened his eyes and opened his mouth. A figure in white stood above him. Aelf quickly turned around. He could see his husband's body, suspended in the air. Help me, Aelf screamed. You can't do this to me. You can't. I am doing this for the benefit of our souls, the figure replied. What we are doing to you is like a cleansing. It will end your life on earth and it will save it. Aelf tried to scream, but could not. He felt the tears of fear and panic welling up in his eyes. "Get me out of here," he whispered, "please. Do you know where your men are?" Eyolf searched his head for an answer, but could not remember. The figure leaned over and whispered in Eyolf's ear. He must have done something right. "You are holding me in place with your tongue." The figure took off his head. Eyolf felt his feet touch the ground. The figure placed his mouth to Eyolf's ear. He whispered, "When you wake, you will be outside of the palace and alone.